action. Did you hear that, folks? That was Gordon in the other room saying action. Our producer said action. He's in the other room. I'm here at the studios where I work out of. It's Craig Shoemaker. The show is called Enlightened Up. The podcast Enlighten Up is all about trying to kind of shift the consciousness of our country and the world. I guess we're worldwide. Hopefully, listen, if you're in Australia, New Zealand, or anywhere else that speaks English, because I don't speak any other languages, je peux le parler français. Un peu français. That's it. I studied a little bit of French because I wanted to get some hot girls back in junior high because the hot ones took French. Anyway, that's a whole other story. My name is Craig Shoemaker. I am the host of Enlightened Up and the creator of it. And we hope that you tune in and also rate us and spread the word and, rank us and whatever the hell you do with podcasts. Please do that. And because we need to enlighten up in this world. We need light. We need levity. We need laughter. And what a better way to bring on our first guest. Our only guest. I'm so used to radio, old school. It's like our first guest today. I'm like a talk show host. I got to get rid of the old school shit, because it's a podcast. I don't have to keep reminding them who they're listening to. They tune in. They go,
they know what they're listening
downloaded the Craig Shoemaker Enlightened Up. They don't even need to hear from me.
But listen, Craig, if you want someone to enlighten the world and you want worldwide reach, you brought on the right guest. I
did. Dean McDermott is our guest.
Hey,
Dean,
everybody.
I have to say right off the shoot, I didn't realize how handsome you are. I noticed this today. I mean, I'm not being, inappropriate. Yes, I didn't. We've golfed together. We met on a golf course.
We've golfed together.
We hung a little tiny bit, and then we kind of lost touch. But now today, you walked in. You stood up and going, "It's a fucking strapping young man over here."
How weird is that? Because I haven't seen you in a year and a half.
It has to be a year and a half before COVID. Yeah,
you look great. And when you came out, I was like, well, Craig's a handsome guy.
Oh, you thought the same thing? We had a mutual, straight guy gay thing?
Yeah.
I love that. Totally. I love being gay.
I do too.
Isn't it great?
That would be fantastic.
It's a fantastic, if only we could do that and not be politically incorrect and talk about our gayness without that we're straight. But we're gay.
We're enlightened.
Oh,
that's what we're enlightened, Craig.
I can't. Are you lying to me that you thought the same thing?
I swear.
When you stood up, I'm going, what a fucking handsome guy. Well, now I see what Tori sees in you.
I can't figure that out still. But no, it is. It's crazy. I had the same thing. I was like, Craig Shoemaker's a handsome guy.
Wow. Okay. Well, good. We're
looking good. You got a nice tan going. I'm assuming it's from the golf course.
That's because of the golf course that you just joined.
I tell you, I haven't been able to stop smiling. I joined yesterday.
No way.
And I've been smiling from ear to ear.
Well, you weren't smiling enough to play with me yesterday. I was trying to get you out on a cruise. I have 5 kids. I almost came back and said, I have 4. Fuck them. You got to say fuck them now and then. My wife, actually, I have to tell you, I don't know what your wife is like. For those of you who don't know, he's married to Tori Spelling. She's a very famous actress, obviously 90210 and many other things. And in our house, the unicorn from Masked Singer.
Right.
Oh, she's a legend in my house.
That was so cool when Tori sent the
She
video
sent
to
the greatest video to my daughter.
So sweet.
That was so sweet of her. Oh, my daughter just freaked out. Oh, she still talks about it.
I love that. That's
we have to introduce them. She'll freak out.
You have to have Tori on the show.
Absolutely. I've never met Tori. I've only met you.
No.
Yeah, I've never met her.
Okay, well, let's change
What's
that.
weird is we have a mutual friend, Gabby, from the show.
I'm afraid, though,
Gabrielle
you're
Carteras.
so handsome.
What's that?
You might take Tori away.
Well, that could happen. I won't introduce you to my wife either, okay?
All right.
Because I don't know about you. During COVID, I am not getting any action from my wife.
No. Me either.
Same thing?
Me either. Because Tori and I are well known, and it's well documented that, we used to like rabbits. And
you have 5 kids.
And we have 5 kids to prove it.
At least mine are different wives. One's adopted.
We were still
But you're a real rabbit.
Yeah, and then COVID.
Do you wah, wah. You remember that sound? Wah, wah. That's happening in your house right now.
Yeah.
Mine too. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I don't know. Maybe.
Also the age. They hit a certain age. Women hit a certain age. And
I have to
hormones.
I have to admit though, I'm 54 and I'm feeling the decline.
You are too?
Yeah, because I thought no, I'm a Scorpio. I'm a horny,
me too.
I'm a horny bastard. November 16th.
15th.
Get out of town.
I didn't know this.
Let's do a
now you're even more
podcast.
handsome. Now you're even more handsome and horny.
November 15 and 16.
We're supposed to be the most horny, sexual people.
Absolutely.
Have you heard that rumor about Scorpios?
Oh, that's all. How many times have you introduced yourself? What sign are you? I'm Scorpio.
I've never talked to anybody about this.
Yeah, no, all
it's
the
same
time.
reaction. They always go, oh, and the women are like,
temper,
women go both
you're-
ways on that one. They either run from you or they go, I like a bad man.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it can work to your advantage or not. But yes, we're supposed to be sexual. I always say, does that work for every Scorpio? Like some Amish guy, oh, I did her in the back of the buggy there. Oh, the mule was watching us. Oh, yeah, I can't get enough of that ass.
It's so funny.
Oh, that bonnet. I took that fucking bonnet off. I banged it. You know, really? Are they really doing that in Intercourse, Pennsylvania?
I don't know.
No.
I'm assuming so.
If they're a Scorpio, apparently they are. So you have that rep
Maybe
too.
they put them on butter duty.
on butter duty. Here, oh, churn that there. Oh, yeah. Churn.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Doing
yeah. Give it a good
doing
churn.
my Amish accent from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So you, yeah, you got this big, handsome, strapping guy. Have you always been that way? Or were you a geek at least growing up?
I was
Good,
until grade 8.
Oh,
And
okay.
then I found my sense of humor
Pretty
And
early.
I made people laugh, and then I got the most popular girl in school.
You
was
did
my first
from,
girlfriend.
from making her laugh?
Yeah, and I got
Yeah.
in with the in crowd.
Here's where you and I depart.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it didn't work for me.
yeah. But were you
F word,
always
friend.
Were you always funny? Were you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, I was.
Right
but
out of the gate.
But I lost that to Paul DeBlazy. I lost funniest, wittiest.
Right.
I lost to Paul DeBlazy, who's now a teacher in this LA school district. He came to a show one night at the Improv, and he's out there, and I go,
Did you rip on
who's funnier now, pal?
At the improv.
I won shortest. I was 5'1".
Shorter. Okay, I was tall and thin.
Were you? Oh.
And I just wanted to hide. That's why I got that posture.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was
this
like,
makes us. This is what makes us funny. This is because if you have it easy, the quarterback, the stud quarterback, they're not that funny.
They're not
You
that
don't-
funny.
you
and
don't
then
find
know
it
what?
many of
A lot of
those.
guys peaked in high school.
Yes, they did.
Right? You're like, whoa, you were the quarterback that I wanted to be? Whoa.
Dean, what's it like when you go to? Do you have reunions?
I've
Do you
never
go
been.
to them?
I'm dying to go to a reunion.
Come on.
I had a little mini reunion. I was doing a show up in Toronto, and through Facebook, I reached out to some old friends, and I let them know they're in town. I was in town, and they're like, let's get together. So I got to see my first girlfriend again, and she married my best friend. When we broke up, and she went to my best
friend growing up.
Yeah,
and she married him. She stayed with him. So
3 kids and I think 30
Wow.
years together.
So
it all worked out, but it was great to see everybody. We were all kind of like punk rockers, so it was
Okay.
really cool to see.
That was your thing?
How everybody kind of
were you
normalized.
Who were you into back then? Adamant.
Adamant.
That was a big one.
I was into Adamant because all the girls were into Adamant.
Same here.
'cause he was-
So I went to the
Because
concerts.
he's cute.
Yeah.
Sex Pistols, The Clash. I mean, The
Sure.
Clash is my favorite band to this day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sex Pistols. I didn't really get it. I'm
Pistols, no.
friends with, one of them now, but
John Lydon?
What's that?
John Lydon?
No.
Steve Jones.
Yeah, Steve.
I love Steve Jones.
He had a show for years.
I
don't know
loved
if
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonesy's Jukebox.
Jonesy's Jukebox,
He's
yes.
so good.
Yeah.
I didn't know how
He really knows his
knowledgeable
music, yeah.
He was, because I just know him as Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols. Like,
He was on my podcast. Very funny, by the way. A lot of musicians, I don't know if you knew this, really funny.
yeah.
And they all want to be comedians.
and I want to be a rock star. All actors want to be rock and rollers. Yeah.
But they want to hang out with us, which is really weird to me. I'm like, really?
Nobody wants to hang out with me.
AC/DC sang at my wedding.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
How did that happen?
Because he was in the front row one night and he became all over me. I was making fun of him. I didn't recognize me. He had the little hat. I'm going, what are you? And I said, everybody knows you here. What are you, the mailman? I asked him if he was the mailman. Honest to God, I thought he was the mailman. He had a little
genius.
cap. I thought, what's that extra? I'll read all about it. You look at one of those newsies.
Yeah, his
I
page.
was like, what is it with the hat? And how does everybody know you? They're laughing. The joke was on me. I had no idea. Maybe we became friends for years. He did the music.
What a voice.
In my,
Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson,
Voice.
yeah,
What
sang at my
a
wedding.
Voice. Oh my God.
Yeah, he sang like, he didn't sing the hits. But it was great because, it was like,
Did he sing Don't Stop Believing? I would love to actually see that.
Don't stop believing. I can't believe you said that because our producer.
I know. That's why.
That's where.
We were talking.
So it wasn't that big of an ad lib.
No, it was planted. The seed was planted,
he planted the seed.
Yeah,
That's
Gordon,
the name of
the engineer.
Yeah,
He works with a Journey cover band.
It's called Don't Stop Believing, DSB. And they're the #1 Journey band in the world. And yes, so I couldn't imagine. That would be a funny bit.
That would be a funny bit.
We got to come up with another one.
What's that?
How about once, twice, 3 times a lady?
Have you heard Jim Brewer sing the Hokey Pokey?
I can't believe you said that. The reason I didn't do that bit was, listen to this. This is a strange story. Jim was at my wedding.
No way.
That Brian Johnson. And he freaked out. I put them at the same table. So Jim Brewer's there with Brian Johnson freaking out.
I'm sure
that's where he met him, was at my wedding. They became friends.
God.
And then I'm on the show one time, and he's doing it remote. So I'm in with Sirius Studios. This is so embarrassing. So I do the bit, which is, that's the natural bit you do.
Right.
So I'm doing this in the studio with his cohorts, the co-producers and all that stuff.
Right.
But he's away. And I go, yeah, Jim was at the wedding, and Brian Johnson was singing, you put your right foot in and your left foot out. You do the hokey pokey. And they're staring at me. It normally gets a laugh. And they're thinking I'm stealing a bit right in front of them.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
You're stealing Jim's bit in
I
front
was
of him.
so embarrassed. And they're all going, whoa, whoa. They actually turned off the mic and went to a commercial or something. Now, I was so embarrassed.
But you told him the story, right? Afterwards? Or you were just like, out of here?
No. I think I explained it, but it was like almost like really awkward. They might have even kicked me out of the studio. I forget what happened, but it was really embarrassing. But it's like parallel thought, but he wouldn't have had the bit if I didn't invite him to the wedding. Yeah, I mean,
I think Jim Brewer owes you an apology. I think
because he took my bit.
he took your bit.
But I had been doing the bit since it happened. Right. I mean, it's a natural bit that you would do. So that's why I was trying to come up with another once, twice, three times a way. It doesn't work the same as hokey pokey.
That's so funny.
But he friends with so many rock stars. It's just actually this parking lot right here, Kenny Loggins and REO Speedwagon sang out here in the parking lot.
No way.
Yes, I swear to God.
I was telling Jordan the last time I was up here.
Were you at that party?
Friends. No, there's like a wine bar or something here.
Over there.
I saw my friend's Pretenders cover band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were really good.
No, these are the real Loggins and REO Speedwagon.
No,
when you do, anyway, rock stars. There's just something about it. Now, growing up in Canada, you must have had were you really into the Canadian Rush? Canadian artists.
I didn't appreciate Rush until I was a little older. And the Canadian bands. I
didn't either. I'm with you on that.
Platinum Blonde. I don't know if you know Platinum Blonde, the three guys. It doesn't really matter. Teased blonde hair. They were kind of like, they looked like Axl Rose when Guns N' Roses first came out. They're kind of lipstick hair band.
Yeah, mid 80s.
And, they kind of came out mid to late 80s. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't into that, right? Because I was into the Sex Pistols or nothing.
Right.
So now, as I'm getting older, I'm appreciating Platinum Blonde, the Tragically Hip. I'm a huge Tragically Hip fan.
I'm so untragically hip that I don't know who they are.
You don't even know who they are. Oh, yeah, shame on you. No,
shame on me.
You'll love them. You'll love them. A great Canadian band.
I will.
They encompass Canada. All their songs, they're steeped in Canadian heritage and some Canadian politics. But Gord Downey, who passed, he had a brain cancer. That it was terminal. He's just, and you have to watch their last tour. They removed part of his brain, and and in recovering, he knew there was a finality to this.
Sure.
So they did a last.
So there's a documentary
on Canada, in Canada, and it's just
that sounds like a great documentary.
And he had to learn all the songs again.
No.
He
because that part of his brain was taken out.
It was like, doing karaoke. They had all the lyrics for him.
Wow.
And, he was pulling it off, these huge stadium shows across Canada. But near the end, he had 6 teleprompters. But what a show. You'll be bawling your eyes out. It was just incredible. He was an incredible poet.
It's a documentary. I love documentaries.
Yeah.
Please turn me on to that.
Yes.
Do you know the name of it?
Just Netflix and Punching the Tragically Hip. I forget the name of it.
No, because it's on Netflix.
I forget everything.
I know. What's going on with you? You forgot me for a year and a half.
Gordon asked me what I did today, and I was like, I don't remember. All I know is I'm here now.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Speaking of Canadian artists, Styx. You know the band Styx?
I love Styx.
Yes,
Dennis DeYoung. Love.
Right? Isn't he Canadian?
Is he?
Or The Replacement is. Gordon, you're gonna have to Google this for me. One of the two, either The Replacement, I think, came from musical theater.
Dennis DeYoung sounds like a Canadian last name, a French Canadian last name.
There you go. Well, I
didn't know he was Canadian.
Either The Replacement is or Dennis DeYoung is. Yes, because Tommy actually introduced him to REO Speedwagon.
Oh,
they ended up touring together.
Cool.
And doing an album together and stuff. It's amazing to me.
I used to have
what?
a Styx sweatshirt. Remember the shops in the mall that you can go and get stuff pressed on shirts?
Sure, yes.
So I had my Led Zeppelin, I had my AC/DC, and then I had a sweatshirt that had Styx on it. And then I ended up cutting the sleeves off it and cutting it kind of like a crop top. And I wore that thing.
You did a crop top?
Like you couldn't see my.
I've lost all respect for you. You had a crop top intentional?
No, but it just sat below my belt, so it gave me a nice V shape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you were going for the V.
Yeah,
you work out a lot, don't you? There's something we don't have in common.
No, I play hockey a lot.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what gets this strapping young man.
I play ice hockey about 3 or 4 times a week.
Do not.
Still, yeah.
Where?
I played the LA Valley Ice Center and in Panorama City, and then I play.
I swear, the Canadians around here are unbelievable. They all play hockey.
There's so many.
There's a lot of celebrities, right, that play.
Yeah, I played with Bieber once. He came out.
Yeah,
he's a really good hockey player.
Is
and
he?
A super nice kid.
Yeah, yeah,
really, really nice.
He was a member of our course for like a day, and then they stalked him. Of the course you just joined.
Yes,
they stalked him,
and they used to stalk
somebody at our club.
Caitlyn.
Oh, Caitlyn
Jenner when.
Nah,
yeah, I remember because there's a.
They don't stalk her as much.
No, but when Caitlyn was Bruce, there's a vantage point where the paparazzis can sit and overlook
the Calabasas
driving range. Yeah,
yeah, but yeah, I've actually golfed with Bruce a lot.
Right.
Caitlyn, I haven't done that yet. I ran into her. I ran into her recently. It's kind of funny.
Does she still golf?
Big time.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I ran into her at the driving range over here, and I was like, hey, what's up? And we're talking. It was just really unusual to see. You know, first of all, it's a little adjustment for me. I've known Bruce for 30 years. We golfed together and stuff like that. And of course, my first line when I met Caitlyn was, "Do you play from the ladies' tees?" Of course, I'm a comedian. I got to go there.
You got to. And I'm sure I wish he had a dime for every time he heard that.
Exactly. It probably has the same respect. Anyway, it was really weird to see this outfit, this white outfit. You know, we play together in, normal men's golf attire.
Right.
And now it's like a pure white skirt and everything. But from the turn, she had big makeup stains on both shoulders. From the turn to go to cheek,
That's the
would
same
rub
with
off.
My golf shirt.
I didn't notice it. We played once together. The only thing I remember is you did not have a good hole on hole 8.
I did not have
on hole 8. You were very angry. You broke your glasses.
I broke my glasses. Yeah,
and that's his temper, folks.
Okay, yeah. I have more of a temperament for hockey because you can't play golf mad, but you can sure as hell play hockey mad.
Yeah,
you have a bad shift.
I thought, when you checked me into the bushes, I was not happy.
Yeah, when I jerseyed you, when I pulled your shirt over your head and started filling
I was like, whoa, Dean, come on, we're just playing a little golf here.
And it's so funny because on Monday I played in the golf tournament. And Tori came out. She just drove the cart, and I was playing with Jenny Garth and her husband Dave. Oh. And Dave's a scratch golfer.
Whoa!
And I'm like, okay, great. I'm gonna play with someone who can really play. And I went out and shit the bed.
Oh, you did?
Oh, and rolled in it. I was so bad. I couldn't get off the tee. I couldn't hit mid irons. I just,
you're playing with a scratch, but you're putting the pressure on yourself because he's a great golfer.
I hit it like maybe 4 good shots.
Yeah.
In 18 holes. It was like pulling teeth.
When you lose it in golf, it's painful. You can hide when it's hockey. You can hide.
No, or you can.
You're not having a good day.
Bite down on your mouth guard and go. You know what? I'm going to make up for. Letting that guy pass me. I play defense, so I was like, not gonna make up for that last shitty shift.
You can. Yep.
But you
exactly.
Can't do that. You can't do that with golf.
No.
I'm
in tomorrow. I'm in the next round.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The next round. Are you playing in a?
I'm in a big match. Yeah.
A big match.
For big money. Yeah.
Anybody I know?
No. It's the club championship.
The club championship. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how those work because I've never.
You just sign up, and there's one of my trophies. I came in second place by a stroke.
The horse's ass. That one?
It's your laugh, of course. Dean, you will love this. Were you married before?
I was.
Do you have any kids?
I do. A 22-year-old Jack.
So this trophy. I talk about this often. The horse's ass.
The horse's
that
ass.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, the cup is in my second place. The claret jug, the mini claret jug. The horse's ass is from my ex-wife's family reunion when I was named the horse's ass. And so you can relate to that. Yeah,
look
at that. Yeah, the Clark family reunion. What was that? 02? Yes.
02, yeah, July 20.
Those, yeah. So they gave me a trophy with just the horse's ass.
Bocce championship. You were playing bocce?
What's that? Oh, I don't know. They had something.
Because I just.
Well, you would love them. A bunch of Irish people, all inbred.
I totally my kind of people.
Drunken, inbred, resentment-filled, red-faced anger. Yeah.
Making out with your mom, thinking it's your sister.
You would love it. Well, actually, she literally has relatives. They're cousins, and they married. You know, that's a joke. And like, go to West Virginia where cousins married or whatever. Right. Oh, no. They're literal cousins. They share. The grandparents were sisters.
Did any of them turn out?
Good thing well, we are on camera.
We are. We'll just edit that.
Anyone want to catch that? No, we're not editing that.
I had something in my eye.
And something in your mouth, apparently, too. It's like the penguin from Batman. When any of them, like the penguin. Lawrence Gowan, by the way, is Canadian. And I believe
Larry Gowan. He's awesome. Do you know Larry?
Larry Gowan, is the replacement for DeYoung. Right?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And doesn't he come from like Broadway and like musicals?
Right. And I think he's from Toronto.
So there you go. So I was right.
So you were close. Sticks.
Well, I said, the lead. I said it was either the former lead singer.
And I forgot Larry Gowan.
And by the way, don't even think that I'm some brilliant guy that came up with that. It's written on the screen right there.
Why wouldn't you share that with me? There's information coming in on a screen that makes me look like an idiot, and him.
Listen, I call myself on it, which makes me back to an idiot. Okay, I'm back right with you.
Okay, touche. I'll give you that one.
I admitted that was on the screen, but thank you, Gordon, for that. So, Dean, now you dabble in comedy.
Yes.
And which I'm going to have to ask you about this because our show goes a little deeper than going over your resume. I could give two shits.
Right.
Fuck
my resume.
Yeah, fuck the resume.
It's done nothing for me.
Right. So I know actor. I didn't do research, but I kind of floated and through since I met you a couple years ago.
Inquirer.
I picked not that. No, I picked up that you've had some success in Canada as an actor.
Yes. And did you just lose your headphone?
I just lost my headphone for a second. I'll just plug that right back in.
Let's talk about me while you're plugging that in.
Yeah, talk about
No, you know what? I've been an actor for 34 years now. And I had some great success in Canada.
That's what I heard.
Sort of a big fish in a small pond, and I came here.
And what is it that you were in? Were you a detective at any point?
Oh my God,
Am I right?
That's how I made my living.
There you go.
No, just detective work. Yeah, no.
You've got that private eye vibe.
Played that guy many times.
Yeah,
but I like guys. One of my favorite guys was season 3 of Slasher, which is a mashup genre, horror, slasher, psychological thriller. Mm-hmm. You can see on Netflix. All 3 of them are great. And I got to play an alcoholic, white supremacist. And I just love playing messed up people.
Right.
They're just so much more fun than just straightforward detective work or police work. The more messed up you are, the more fun it is to play. So, but getting to comedy, I guess that's why I got into comedy, is because I messed up.
Well, yeah, that's how a lot of us get in.
Yeah.
You know
what? I've noticed a big change because I've been a comedy fan since I was 8 or 9. My dad brought home an 8-track of Gene Tracy. I don't know if you know Gene Tracy. So Gene Tracy was a truck stop comedian, and he toured all the truck stops in the South.
Oh, like Jerry Clower, I think it was another one of those.
Yes.
Yeah, you'd find their stuff in truck stops. You'd find their 8-tracks and their cassettes.
Jerry Clower is really clean. Compared to Gene Tracy. Gene Tracy was filthy.
I think I do know who it is.
I learned about syphilis and blowjobs and prostitutes.
At 8 years old?
Yeah. And, a little liberal house.
No wonder you're losing your shit on a golf course. You come from fucked up.
But it was amazing because, we'd have our neighbors over, and I just saw how much joy it brought them, like gut laughing. And just, so Gene Tracy got me into comedy, and then I discovered Bob Newhart, and then Red Fox. And
that's a departure.
I like those two. I like the dirtier stuff.
Right.
And then Pryor. I saw Pryor and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Right.
And then I saw Robin Williams.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh my God, this is what I want to do.
Really?
And I knew his routines back and forth. And
so you decided
I turned 19 and I was like, okay, enough. It's time to shit or get off the pot. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get into the entertainment business and I want to be a comedian. But at 19, I didn't
I didn't realize this.
I didn't have a point of view. I didn't know how to write a joke.
Did you go to Yuck Yucks up there in Canada?
I did all
That was
the
the
time.
spot? All the time?
I was a regular.
This-
I'd go there, but I didn't get it. I just go as a fan.
No.
I was petrified to get on stage.
You wouldn't go.
I could get in front of a camera and cry or strip naked and do a love scene. No problem. But to get up on stage and talk about my thoughts, I couldn't because I didn't have any.
Yeah.
So
I like that you did. One of the reasons you got in it is you love making people laugh.
Oh, it's the best feeling in the
A
world.
lot of times that's not people's goal. The goal is they're going to get something from it.
Yeah,
But you are really into the idea
genuinely
of
love making people laugh.
it is quite extraordinary.
Because the sense memory for me is sitting in our government housing townhouse with all our friends around and watching them just lose it, laugh, and have a great time. Because I grew up in government housing and everyone was poor. So I knew how hard everybody had it around me. But when they came to my house,
What a relief.
and my dad put on that 8-track, everyone forgot about their troubles.
Yeah.
And
That's the thing about comedy is you really do, for that time, they can't be depressed.
Yeah.
They can't be stressed. When you're laughing, none of that exists.
Yeah.
You're in a whole other dimension.
yeah, it's like you forget where you've been
do.
for like the last hour and a half.
That's right.
You walk out and you go, that was amazing.
Yeah.
And then, you sort of, and you realize that when your real life starts to come back to
They
you.
should dish this out for medicine. Like literally.
I agree.
Like, take 3 Robin Williams and a Richard Parra. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Whatever.
call me in the morning.
Yeah, they call me in the morning. Exactly. I mean, this is exactly what this show is about as well, is through enlightenment, we have laughter, we have joy, we have happiness. All of those things are, and even if it's temporary, it's so much better than the onslaught of the opposite.
Yeah.
We
Just
have an
continually
onslaught
being-
of darkness.
Yep. Absolutely.
Absolutely pummeled with it.
Life is
And fear.
hard.
Of course.
Life is hard.
And we
Life is
just-
harder than it is wonderful.
Right. But what if we reversed it? Wouldn't that be a great,
That'd be
cool?
fantastic.
Wouldn't that be a cool thing? It's like it became the abnormal to go to fear,
The
darkness,
dark side.
scary
Oh my
shit,
gosh. And that's
statistics
what
on
life,
death.
That's what life should be.
Yeah, it should be.
Right? It shouldn't be striving for another car or a bigger house or a better job or more money. It's just like, let's just
Where can I find more laughs?
let's just live on the earth.
Where can I
the way we
hang
were
with people
supposed
who
to.
do that with me?
Yeah.
I was talking to Eddie Ift about that at one of our guests on another podcast. And I said, hey man, let's hang out. Let's hang out. Let's have some laughs together. Let's have some fun. Let's forget. We already have that down the other.
Yeah.
The arguing that we do on social media, as if you're going to change anyone's mind. But you can shift somebody through the laugh.
Yeah.
Then you can get in. If you have a political view or whatever it is, then you can get in because now you've softened them.
Yeah.
Very hard people right now.
Yeah.
We have a lot of shells.
You touched on social media. Oh, what a nightmare.
Well, you are
You
too.
have kids and I have kids.
Well,
So
you're also a nightmare on there. I watched you.
I mean, I've threatened to.
Well, you're defensive.
I've threatened a few.
You
people.
remind me of me. My past me. I'm getting away from being defensive.
I haven't done
I
that.
watched you be defensive on. It was about a year ago.
I haven't done that in a while. When
You
you,
reminded me of a Philly guy. Don't talk about my wife.
Yeah, you-
I'm going to defend my wife.
I tell you.
Yeah, it was like what was that? De Niro when he was a Scarface, Al Capone. It was like it reminded me of I'm gonna fucking eat you in the fucking.
That's how I felt. I got so incensed
Yes,
because
incensed.
one thing, make
Yeah.
fun of me all you want.
Right.
If
I think what you said.
If people made fun of me,
Yeah.
I would just tell them, "I'll meet you anywhere, any place."
Yeah.
You tell it to my face, and then they'd go away. But if you make fun of my wife or my kids, that's it. Like no, that's
That's where you draw the line.
That's out of line.
Now your kids with Tori, you have the 22-year-old. How did they mesh? Were they Brady Bunch or not so much?
He was 6 at the time.
Yeah.
When he and his mom and I split. So it was difficult on him. But what really, really helped was he and Tori got along. Right out of the gate.
Oh, so she became like a stepmom.
Right out of the gate. Yeah.
I have
and
that
then,
too with my wife.
And then they went back to Toronto for a couple of years, and there was a
okay.
little distance.
That's a little tough, yeah.
In there, so when he came back, it took a few years to kind of warm back up, and now they're best of friends.
Yeah, I have a 22-year-old also, by the way. We should introduce him. It's a boy, a guy.
He's a boy, Jack.
And
Jack
did you
McDermott,
just
and he's
college?
He's gay, and he's going to SFU, and he's living his best life.
What's SFU? Shit, fuck you.
San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco. Of course, he's gay. Where else would he go? How did I not figure that out?
As opposed to shit, fuck you, university, which I hear is great. I don't want to badmouth them.
I don't know why. I don't know. What is it? Why do we like gay men so much? What is that?
I think because we're a little gay.
Yeah.
I think, we both recognized how handsome each other is.
But I have a bit in my act. It's the dick thing. They repulse me. On my own, I love. I talk about my act. Every guy's tried to blow himself.
I've so over.
There's not a guy alive that doesn't go. Here. I've actually been so gay. I'll actually have somebody push my head down. That makes me gay, doesn't it? To get the last 3 inches, I go, come on, help me out here. I used to be able to blow myself back in the day.
What do you mean the last 3 inches? You mean all 3 inches?
No. The last. No. So these days, because of my belly. Oh yeah, easy. But I was flexible and had no belly. Now I have a belly that's in the way, so I'm about 3 inches away from glory.
Dude, you got to get a treadmill then. Joe Rogan has a great bit about Ron Jeremy.
Oh, yeah?
Ron Jeremy. Ron Jeremy was in the audience one night, and he introduced, hey, ladies and gentlemen, Ron Jeremy, man, he used to blow himself. And he's like, Ron, can you still blow yourself? And he went, no.
Oh, really?
And he said, there you go. He chose sandwiches over blowing yourself.
That's classic.
Oh, and
I chose Do-si-do peanut butter cookies over, yes.
Yeah. I could never blow myself. Even when I was fit.
But you tried.
I tried, but it's just not there.
There's not a guy alive hasn't tried.
No. Yeah. Okay. And if you say you haven't, you're lying.
I agree.
You just don't want to get caught trying to blow yourself.
No.
Which is another Rogan bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said if you get caught, jerking off, it's one thing. Like we all jerk off, and you can explain. You're like, I was horny, I was jerking off. But if you're got your legs up over your head and someone walks in on you, and you're like, oh no, wait, I was just trying it. I don't do this all the time.
I tell you, once I told a couple of people in acting class actually, and I'll never forget it. George Wallace was one. You know who that is?
Yeah,
the comedian.
Who's acting? I love George Wallace. Who's acting class?
That one was Candy Herman's acting class. I don't know if you know Candy Herman. Her son became pretty damn good actor. Ryan Hurst. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I know the name.
He was on the Sons of Anarchy, big part.
Yes.
Okay, that's her son, exactly, and I watched him grow up. He was a little kid in class. I told George Wallace this and a few other people in class. So, when we were bored, they used to give me a pencil to put like it was my penis. So I would go grab the pencil with my mouth to entertain them. And I go, look, see? I'd be past the eraser. Yes. So I used to make them all laugh like that. But those are the days I was fit.
Yeah.
Who knew that this is where this was going?
I know, right?
But I do like the conversation because I don't have it with many people, but I can tell I can have it with you, is I can't have this conversation with a lot of guys. They get really uncomfortable.
Listen, it's no big deal. I mean, I just wish we'd all just get over it. When I see somebody physically change when a gay person walks in the room or I mention my son's gay, I'm just like, what the fuck? How bad is your life that you gotta cringe?
Or angry.
Or bitter or whatever. It's just when are we gonna learn that we're all... You cut us and we bleed. We all feel the same pain. Same with people of color. When are we gonna fucking get over it? And we're all the same.
Right. It's people have just this, and also it's even nonsense. Politically and religious,
politically
and religion. We have to be divided. Like your religion's the right religion.
It's nonsense.
I'm not going.
Religion's the right religion.
I'm gonna be living in hell and all this shit. Oh, you really believe that? You really believe? That this God, this thing that created all heaven and earth, created all this, is going to say only if
you go here and you go there,
and only in the first 5,000 years that doesn't count.
My buddy posted a picture of the Bible, and he said, if there's no pictures, it didn't exist, which is like social media.
But it amazes me that people don't have common sense to go, wait a minute, so we didn't exist until Jesus got here? Really? So God's going, no, wait till this guy shows up.
Right.
Otherwise, you're all a bunch of fucking sinner heathens. You don't even exist.
You don't count.
Even though you're the Old Testament, I'm going to put you in a fucking whale or whatever. But it just doesn't make any sense to me how people have to be divided. That's why I'm saying I'm trying to create like a laughter party. There is
enlightenment. because we all want enlightenment,
right.
and it's. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Bible's about enlightenment.
It's supposed to be until these patriarchs get a hold of it with their homophobia and their fears. If you have God in your life, you have no fear.
Yeah.
That's the idea of God. Yeah. God takes away those fears. God takes away that division. God takes away that hate. God is love, right? Yeah. That's what doesn't make any sense to me, is how people join this group that's supposedly about enlightenment, spirituality, and so forth, and then go the other way with it and start hating and
what's driven
killing
me away from any kind of religion.
Correct.
Or even just, believing in sort of this universal power kind of thing. It's like, there's too much shit happening and too much division. I don't know if I can believe in the universe or God or the Bible. Like it's just spun me out.
Yeah, I teach this in my course. I teach this Enlightened Up course, and I teach it. That we are all born with this light that wants to shine. Mm-hmm. We're all born with it, and then humans screw us up. They say, nope, that's not the way it's going to be. We're going to teach you sin. We're going to teach you shame. Big part of it.
I'm reading a book, Brene Brown. About shame.
God, I can't believe it. I just got turned on to Brene.
She's amazing.
I freaked out.
She's amazing.
She's my kind of people.
And I confuse
the way she speaks. Oh my God, I love her.
I confuse guilt with shame.
Yeah,
very different.
Yeah, they're very confusing.
And it's really helped a lot.
But it drives us into not good places. It drives us. But we are taught that we're not born with that. Yeah. We are born God. We are born emanations, spiritual people, beings of God. That's who we are. We're meant for light. We're meant for levity. We're meant for joy. That's who we're meant to be. Yeah. And what happens? What happens? They go, nope.
It gets diluted and divided.
Absolutely. And you get in their lines, patriarchal lines of command and demand, and you must perform for them. You salute them. You pledge to them. And that's how we exist. Instead of going, wait a minute, that doesn't feel right. We don't stop to go, that didn't feel right. That doesn't feel conscious to me. Yeah. That doesn't feel mindful, right?
And I hate because I have a gay son, I just hate the homophobia behind it. And I just hate it's nurture, not nature. They're like, no, it's the parents or it's his lifestyle. Like that's why he's gay. He's like, no. He's
a domineering mother.
It's nature. Yeah. He has an overbearing mother.
My mom used to say that.
She used to listen to musicals.
He has a domineering mother. That's how he turned out that way. That's why mom would actually say that.
She's like, no, he's born this way. Yeah. I knew when he was 3.
I was about to ask you.
I knew when he was 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And it is. It's just nature. It's not nurture, man.
Yeah. Here's something I never talked about my whole life. I've never talked about it, especially with a microphone in front of me.
All right, lay it on me.
I had in 8th grade a gay moment of feeling. A guy sat next to me in science class, and I had a feeling that came over me with unbelievable comfort. Wow. And I wanted it to last forever. I'll never forget that feeling. Wow. It's the first I've ever shared this.
Wow.
I sat there and I just went, oh my God, this feels unbelievable. Not romantic, not a boner.
Yeah, it was just like a peace,
this connection. Like an anonymous guy, a guy I didn't know or whatever it was, this feeling that came over me. And I remember thinking to myself, am I gay? Because I really had like tingles and a feeling, and it just was what it was.
Yeah.
It was just like,
I wonder though, because you speak of enlightenment,
yeah.
Maybe this guy who sat down next to you was so enlightened and just you picked up on that vibe, and maybe it wasn't sexual. Maybe it wasn't
sexual.
No, you know, but you know what I mean? Like, because you were saying I had a gay moment.
Yeah. Well, I wondered I wondered many times. This is the first I've ever expressed it, literally. I never even told my therapist.
You know those people who are enlightened. Like my brother-in-law, Randy Spelling. He is a life coach, and he lives in Seattle, and he got out of Hollywood, and this is the most centered, spiritual, beautiful cat you ever wanted to meet. Like when you're with him, you want to be him.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so it kind of, that's what made me think. It's like maybe this person you saw, even in grade 8, maybe they were so enlightened that that's the feeling you got.
Well, I remember the person being a mature person, and I was very immature. I didn't have a dad. That was part of it too. Right. All females. Get
out of town. Me too.
Oh yeah, I knew we had a lot in common.
I've got 3
November 16th.
I got 3 older sisters. I'm the youngest. There's 10 years between.
How about Dad? Where'd he go? Did he split?
Dad was an alcoholic.
Yeah, same here.
He was.
Yeah, so we got that in
He was
common.
never around. So
I wasn't around, but stayed married.
Stayed married. Show up.
Right.
You know, a couple days here, a couple days go out on benders. But
I don't know which is worse, the way I had it or you did.
My mom. I was raised by my mom and my two sisters.
Yeah, and it made you. Well, first of all, that does make me very open to women. You
Absolutely.
know, like being a feminist. I'm sure you have that.
Yep.
That's why you get defensive, by the way, because you want to defend a woman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm that way too. It's like the chivalry.
Yep.
I had this experience. There's this movie theater over here, and it was like at 4:00 in the afternoon. Not many people there. You know, our families are going. Family down the street, and my family, just the little ones. We're going to see a children's film, and this woman starts screaming at this guy, "Get away from me! I told you, get away from me! I'm with my family, right?" And I'm going, "Oh, well, you could, right? But you're already like me.
You puff up.
Yeah, puff up. Right. It's you know. So I'm going, whoa, what's going on over here? It's like literally damsel in distress. And this is not to be sexist, but I have a feeling that comes over me that this is a woman who's being violated by a guy who won't go away. I go, yo, buddy. And and she turns to me and she gets nervous. She goes, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll deal with it. Just be with your family. She kept telling me. I go, no. I'm going to take care of that. I go, she told you to walk away. I said, you're going to deal with me. Like, you know, and I got Philly on him.
Right.
And he walked away and she walks in. And my friend turns to me and she goes, do you know who that was? I said, I have no idea who it was. All I saw was a damsel in distress. It was Julia Roberts. She looks different. She had glasses on or whatever. And I'm going, I didn't know idea. So
was it Danny Motor? You told the
No, she wasn't telling her husband to go away. It was a paparazzi, and he wouldn't leave her alone. Yeah. And I had no idea he had a camera. I had no idea. I wasn't doing 2 and 2.
No, but it's amazing that you even did that because so many people wouldn't.
No. Well, then she says to me, so then I walked in, my friend told me, and she happened to be sitting in the seats, like, you know, the rail, rail.
Yeah.
And I leaned over the rail and I go, yeah, my friend told me who you are. I just want you to know that I'll walk you to the car. And she goes, no, just be with your. She kept insisting, be with your family. She's so sweet. She had this little southern lilt to her voice, and I go, no, chivalry's not dead. I said, please let me help you. And she goes, no. And she goes, and then she says to me, they don't wait anymore, so don't worry.
Yeah, they don't.
That was a weird thing because she's at that point in her career where they don't wait anymore. If she was Justin Bieber, whatever, they would wait. So sure enough, I said, after the movie was over, I go, I'm walking in the parking lot, and sure enough, nobody was there. But she goes, oh, thank you. It was very sweet. And I said, no, listen, that was wrong what he did, and he was violating your time with your family, and, that's it. And then that's the last.
That's awesome you did that because so many people wouldn't do that. And the paparazzi don't wait anymore because that's the one good thing about social media. It's killed the paparazzi. Tell
me about
this. Because what magazines will do now, they'll go to the celebrity social media site and pull pictures from there.
Oh my God.
Because they're public domain now once you post them.
Plus they're posting them.
So instead of paying, paparazzi, so paparazzi used to make a lot of money.
They sure did. My friend actually is one, and he's made a lot of money.
The digital camera changed everything.
Oh my God! And plus,
everybody became a paparazzi.
Everyone has an iPhone now,
right? And now everyone has an iPhone, and then social media. So paparazzis they're dying off because magazines aren't paying.
So when you were first with Tori,
oh my God,
all over you, right? Did they stalk you in bushes and shit?
Yeah, they would come onto our property. They would shoot into our house, which you're not allowed to do.
Oh,
I remember this one time we were shopping on Sunset Plaza.
Yeah,
Sunset Plaza, and we just popped in to get something, and we turn around, and there were literally 40 paparazzi.
Oh my God!
You couldn't see the front of the store anymore.
But she wasn't on the show, 90210.
No, this is when we had Tori and Dean in Love.
Oh, you had a show together.
Yeah,
I never saw that.
And I don't watch reality. That was probably about.
You had a reality show with her.
Yeah, we started off with Tori and Dean in Love. We ran a bed and breakfast, and that went for 2 seasons.
Whoa. How much time do we have here?
You didn't do your research.
I told you I don't do research. Damn it.
Yeah,
keep talking. My damn microphone.
About 2 years after we got together, or a year and a half after we got together, we were pitching a show at UTA, and they were like, we told them the story how we met. we met in Ottawa, Canada, and then we went to do a second movie, and we stayed at a bed and breakfast that was all antiquated and creepy, and we thought it would be a great idea to modernize the bed and breakfast. And they're like, forget about the show you guys just pitched us. We want that show. And we're like, all right.
Did they pay for you to buy the bed and breakfast?
Yeah. Well, we rented it.
Okay.
And
it became yours? You
set
two
it up
ran?
as Chateau,
That's a great show.
Chateau LaRue.
I'd watch that shit.
Chateau LaRue. Well, you still can. We named it after her dog, Mimi LaRue, and it was Chateau LaRue, and we had 5 rooms.
It's you like cooking eggs and shit for people?
Yeah, and hosting people.
No.
Yeah.
Did you have celebrities on? Sure. A couple episodes you must have.
We didn't have celebrities, but, we wanted to get, sort of colorful people. So we had furries. The people who dress up in furry costumes.
Oh my God! I stayed in a hotel with them. Oh my God! That's some of this. I don't want to say anything mean. I'm not going to be mean. But let me tell you, if you're listening right now and you're a furry,
wash your suit.
Just just know that to people like, people that don't do that, it's very unusual. Let me just put it that way. Very unusual.
It is.
They fuck. They fuck with the costumes on.
I mean,
yeah.
What I don't understand
Hey,
is
Paul, you know what? I'm going to take it back, folks. That sounds really cool. I can't wait to try my furry outfit. Okay.
Or maybe partial furry. I couldn't imagine being in a whole suit because I like to work up a good sweat.
They're really,
they're
full on.
But how great is sex? Just being naked. Like, why do you have a suit on to make it happen for you?
Well, so it does something to them.
It's kind of,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. So you had some furry.
We had furries, yeah. And we had nudists. We had some nudists, and it was so funny to
You didn't have to go nude, did you?
No, I wasn't good.
Okay.
And it was so funny. Like, I just got a kick out of this one guy. He had the white zinc on his nose.
Yeah.
But he also had it on his wiener. And it was the funniest thing. So
he's like a naked lifeguard.
And we timed it. We timed it that we were checking out the nudists as this church group was coming in to stay.
Yeah.
So we had our guests leaving and arriving.
Now that was
so
that was written. That was scripted.
It was set up. It was set up.
So you have the church group walking in while the
nudists are walking
while
out.
the naked lifeguard with the zinc on both and twirling a whistle.
The zinc on his dink.
Zinc on his dink. I missed this damn show.
It's out there. And then so we moved back to Hollywood, and we changed the name to Tori and Dean Home Sweet Hollywood. And it was about us with having our kids and living in Hollywood and all that kind of stuff. And that went for 4 or 5 seasons.
Wow, these are like credits. These are TV credits.
Tori and I used to be huge.
Really?
Together. Yes, we were like,
oh my God, I missed all this.
People wanted to have the relationship that we had, and
isn't it nice though that you and I can be friends, and I don't, it's not like I got to know the guy that was starred in one of my favorite reality shows.
Oh yeah, it's so funny.
I had no idea of this.
It's so funny. When people, what do? You meet people on the golf course or whatever. You get put in a foursome.
I thought you were. I thought it was an ice skating show.
What do you do?
That's Torval and
Dean. That's Torval and
Dean. Aren't they from
Canada?
Canada?
Skate. Yeah, they are. But I can.
So I'm gonna have to look this up.
Check it out. It was a lot of fun.
Did you guys like fight on the show and shit like that?
We didn't fight on that
on the show,
but,
after the cameras.
I don't even know if you know this, but
I don't know anything.
Tori and I were really huge, and we were doing shows together. We were
what shows together? What does that mean?
We were the it couple, the reality shows.
Okay,
like
you did other reality shows.
We were really big. No, just the ones that we did together.
Okay,
and then I started having a career. It was on Oxygen.
Okay,
and I started having a career in cooking because I went to culinary school. I'm a chef.
Wow.
So
I didn't know this either.
I went to culinary school.
I have a show about cooking.
No.
I have a TV show.
See, I don't look at your. I didn't research. I didn't look at your IMDb.
Well, you're going to love this show, but go ahead,
dude. I'm in. So I started a website, The Gourmet Dad, and then I started getting work on the Food Network. I did Rachel versus Guy. I got Guy's first win.
We're going to talk after the show. I want to tell you about
Paula Dean, and then
you're going to freak when you hear my show.
I can't wait.
You're going to freak. It's so you. It's beyond. It's so written for you. Here's what I'm going to propose right here.
Okay.
I'm going to say this. So this is out loud, law of attraction.
We're going to cook and blow ourselves.
No. That's a show.
That's a show.
That's a show with zinc.
With zinc on our dink.
With zinc on our dink. So I have a show called Comedy Kitchen, where my famous chef friend teaches famous comedians how to do a dish for the judges. I teach famous chefs how to do comedy for the judges. role reversal challenge
I
at this amazing winery that we did the 4 episodes.
I'm going to bring in my laptop the next time I see you, and I'm going to pull up my cooking show.
But here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Do you have any juice in Hollywood still?
No.
Oh, fuck.
No.
I take it back. Edit that out.
Juice or Jews?
I know we got Jews. There's plenty of Jews in Hollywood. Isn't Tori Jewish?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Full?
Yes.
Both parents?
Yes. Full.
Okay, all right. So anyway, I was going to propose that you produce the show with me and go to your Food Network people, because this show needs to be out there. It's a great show. Great comedians, great chefs. You probably know them.
I have a show that I've written called Cooking with Comedians.
Oh, no. Well, there's a lot of those.
But hey, listen.
Mine, no, I teach the mentor how to do comedy, which you and I have talked about, me helping you with comedy.
Yes.
Imagine a show where you're watching that.
I would love that.
Exactly. So let's produce it.
You got a better chance of getting that show. I don't have any juice.
No juice left? With a hit show like that?
No.
Go back to Oxygen. Tell them I have another hit for you.
They do.
Are they folded?
No,
I have no idea.
They're still there, but they do like Women Who Kill and
it's all women. Yeah,
women
they have these mandates. I can't stand these mandates.
But it's all murder and mayhem.
God, I'm telling you, television. I want to be a network chief. Wouldn't you like to do that?
I would.
Like you decide what goes on. You decide the menu that people see.
I would because I'm creative.
Right.
I've been there. I've been
you don't live in fear and copying.
I'm not a bean counter.
Original. That's the thing. They're bean counters.
Yeah.
If people are listening out there, trust me when I tell you this. You're 2 guys in Hollywood a long time, born a day apart. But we know what the country wants, and Canada. We know what they want too.
Oh, them.
I don't know as much about Canada as I should. I heard a bad rumor. I'm not happy about.
What's the bad rumor?
Okay, so this whole COVID thing, I have a lot of opinions on it. I don't share them too much because people freak out.
Yeah. I think we're on the same page.
My opinions on this are, well, first of all, I'm going to be flat out with one of them, is we need to be healthy. Bill Maher's into this too. We need to be healthy first, okay? Mm-hmm. Not in fear first. Mm-hmm. Not going right to the drug companies that sponsor the news, that they are programming us to think in fear and limitations in life and protecting yourself. Where you protect yourself best if you add laughter, joy. That protects you best because your immune system is being built. Go outside, get vitamin D. This is what I believe in. This is what I heard about Canada.
All right, lay it on me.
I was shocked to hear this. I thought, because I really don't know much about it, I heard they're worse than we are, but I just did hear one of the reasons.
Worse in what way?
Worse in the paranoia. I call people who are really nuts, I call them the hazmats.
The hazmats.
The hazmats, okay? The hazmats, we know a lot of them are in Hollywood, by the way. I've toured the country. Not the case. Hollywood, major hazmats, agencies all shut down, still to this day. Hazmats. Oh, no. You know, how do you know for a fact that this is the answer? You know for a fact that Fauci, for instance, has all your answers? We're going to deify this one person? Have you ever researched him? That's what I say. Is like, really? We don't want to just go warp speed, all that shit. This is our health.
Fauci is he was hard for me at least to believe because he was so wishy-washy and flip-floppy.
Right. It's first he said no mask, no mask. But so that's the thing is if you're going to flip-flop like that, how can you deify this guy to have all your answers? Exactly. So you can see for it unfolding before our eyes that he doesn't have all, and now he's a hero. I'm not going to make hero status. This reminds me of the Iraq War. We're making heroes out of people just because, they're a general or whatever. No, that was a false war. Yeah. So how do we know what's going on here? We don't know for a fact. Anyway, the Canada thing. I heard that they are even worse than we are with restrictions.
They are.
Or better, however you want to look at it.
They are. 2 of my sisters still live in Toronto, Ontario.
Okay.
And they're still on lockdown.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
There was a 4-week lockdown, and then there was another 2 weeks added to that lockdown, and I think it was May 20th they were supposed to lift it, and they imposed another 2 weeks because the numbers in Ontario, I think the highest daily, and I may be wrong, it was something like 4,000 when California had 100,000.
Yeah.
And you look at it, and you look at the population of America compared to Canada,
and they're spread out there,
and
they're social distance just living there.
Yeah, but you look at America's almost 100% open. Like, let's be honest. Like when you walk around California, and I've been watching the golf. I watched Mickelson on the weekend win the PGA. Not a single mask.
Yeah.
Not a single mask. I don't know.
Depends where you are.
15,000. I was watching. Not a single mask. But the thing is the population of the United States, we've gotten it under control. And the population of Canada, they're still struggling it. They're struggling with it. They're not getting vaccines. I talked to my sister. She got her first shot May 5th.
That's what I heard.
And her second one is in August.
But I heard they don't have the vaccines. They have to get it from America.
But it's
I heard
not
that's the problem.
It's not a third world country.
No, far from it.
For Christ's sakes.
Right.
Like, why aren't they getting the vaccines?
Yeah.
You know, here you can go to Target and get a vaccine. There's drive-up places you can get a vaccine. Right. When there were hot spots breaking out, they'd mobilize and they'd go and they'd vaccinate those people. Canada's not doing it.
Now, what's the reason?
I don't understand.
They just not evolved enough? I mean,
I don't know. They're highly intelligent people.
Right.
You know, socialized medicine.
But still.
But I don't know what Trudeau's up to. I don't know what Ford's up to. Like, you know, there was this whole thing about the Great Reset and one currency and kind of thing that Trudeau put out, and that people are. And here's the other thing. Yeah, Canadians, you really got to push them for them to stand up for their rights. Oh,
like interesting.
Yeah. I noticed as soon as
they're not as edgy there, even although hockey players are, lacrosse.
Yeah, I think
they're edgy.
I think hockey players and lacrosse players should run the country.
Right.
You know, when they first implemented wearing the masks, Americans were like, "No, I need my rights. It's not right. I don't want to wear a fucking mask. Don't infringe on my rights. My rights, my rights, my rights." I was like, just back off on your rights a little bit, okay? Just wear the mask. Yeah. And then I see what's going on with Canada, and I'm like, you got to stand up for your rights. You got to be a little bit more like America and not put up with this shit. So many businesses have gone under. So many people are struggling. So many people are struggling with depression. Yeah. Suicide rates are up.
I know. This is what I'm trying to say.
But
we're not standing up here either.
I can't figure it out for the life of me. Canada is a world-class country.
Yeah.
And we have some of the best medicine and socialized medicine.
Right.
Why are we not getting the vaccines?
Well, I heard that the thing is because they don't make it there.
If you have to get it from the States, then get it from the States.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's because
writing these survey
Americans are obviously using the vaccines for themselves and not there. But the other thing is just like I was saying with the health, it's like, why are we not concentrating on better health?
Yeah,
better mental health as well. I mean,
mental
all
health
of this
is a big issue.
Big issue. And that leads to bad physical health. Mm-hmm. This is what I'm trying to trumpet. That's why I have this show. Hopefully a lot of people download this show because I really do want to make a difference. We have to start talking outside of all the boxes.
The thing that's
it's laid out for us. It's laid out for us. It's like you have to be right or left, right? You have to be this religion or that religion. You got to be this race or that race. You have to be one of those.
Let's go up the middle. Yeah, that's common sense.
How about even better than middle? How about centered? How about centered in your own alignment? My new book is called "Get Out of Line and Into Alignment." Get out of these lines that we're in. Yeah. You're following people. They spend trillions of dollars on commercials and news to convince us of whatever they want to.
Yes.
Can we step back and get that? Can we step back and go, wait a minute, just because I heard it there, or just because a doctor, Mengele was a doctor, Dr. Mengele. Does it, those, science, doctors, no, you don't know that they're vetted. You don't know that they're not bribed. You don't know it. I just watched, did you see this? You watch documentaries, Steve?
I love documentaries.
Me too. Another thing we have in common. We're going to keep finding all these things we have in common, being a day apart. We could be.
We're twins.
Although we're day apart. Anyway, there's a documentary about the crime of the century. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, my God. You know what it's about? The opioid addiction.
I've got it in my queue.
Oh, good.
Yes, I've got it in my
queue. It is
queue.
Fascinating. It's on HBO. And it shows the level of corruption is beyond belief. I always do that saying, how do they sleep at night? Yeah. There's a lot of those people that...
So watch CNN for half an hour. Oh. I'm sitting there like mouth... what's going on with these politicians?
Everyone is
doing?
Bribed, left and right media, right? Yeah. There is no left and right. They're all bribed. Yeah. They're all working for these companies. They work for insurance companies. They work for drug companies. Just look at the commercials. Yep. So I'm just saying fact here. It's not some paranoia conspiracy theory. No, I'm telling you, that's, by the way, invented so that you don't challenge them.
Exactly.
That's why they have conspiracy theory. I get called it all the time. I was, fuck you. No, I'm smart. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm smart and I'm willing to be curious. I'm curious.
Yes.
It's a word that we need to know in comedy and in life.
You're a
you
curious
need to be
theorist.
Yeah, I'm,
Curious theorist.
I'm a curious.
A curious. You're a curious. There you go.
There's something new, brother.
There you go.
We're curious.
We're curious.
I love that. I think that. Gordon, what do you think? I think that.
Write that down, Gordon, because I'll forget it.
We're curious.
We're curious.
It's a little hard to say, but it's still, we're the curious party.
Yeah.
I like it because why not, for your own life, be a little more curious than, like, even the vaccine? Really? You're just going to trust the people that have the crime of the century? Same people, by the way. Drug companies did this whole opioid. I mean, it's beyond corruption. People dying right and left because they bribed doctors. They bribed the FDA.
Yeah.
The FDA this guy ended up working for the drug company that was killing people. So suddenly, for this particular subject, they all have integrity. Is that what we're supposed to believe?
Yeah.
Just because you are in fear and you yell at me because I'm exploring this?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to keep exploring. You're not going to stop me.
That's what I try
from being a curious.
I teach the kids is like, listen, just question
Yes.
everything. Never stop questioning. Because if you stop questioning, you stop learning.
When I was a kid, I remember seeing a bumper sticker because I was trained the opposite of get in line.
Right.
Salute. Get in the line, Pledge of Allegiance, all that stuff.
Yep.
I remember a bumper sticker, question authority. Why would you do that?
Yeah, I remember that bumper sticker.
Why would you do that? These are the police. We need them. Yes, we do need them. We need all these people. We need doctors, all of it. No, you question them.
Yeah.
Question them. You can't empower people. You can't deify people. This is what happened with our leadership as well. They get deified and you can't question them.
Yeah.
I remember when Trump was in, you couldn't question him without the people that follow him being angry with you.
Oh my gosh. I remember you used to be able to sit at a bar and
absolutely.
talk politics with someone.
No way.
Now,
not anymore.
Forget it. If you're against Trump, you're
right.
You're gay. You're
you're a libetard.
Libetard. Yeah, and just like,
and if you're for him, if you're for him, you're a racist.
Yeah, break out in a fist fight.
Yeah, exactly. It's one or the other. People don't have that.
It's so
that aligned road that we're talking about. That centered place where you can't be influenced by anyone. Yeah. There's no influencers. If you are centered, there is no influence. You're only influenced by yourself.
And that scares the shit out of both sides.
Exactly. It's scared. They have to be led. Yep. There are people that have to be told what to do. That's what I was talking about. When you're born, you're fine. You're great. You are absolutely infinite. You're an infinite being of light that wants to emanate and shine, and it's taken away instantly. First of all, they slap you right away.
Right.
They go, you think you're going to be crying? No,
Get used to this.
I'll tell you when you can cry. I'll give you something to cry about. Bam! Right out of the gate.
They don't do that anymore.
They don't?
No. They haven't yet. They didn't do it with Jack. They didn't do it. Liam was an emergency C-section. And he came out and he wasn't breathing or alert right away. Oh. And they didn't give him the whack. They suctioned him and stuff. Yeah,
come to think of it, it is an old school thing, isn't it? They turn them upside down.
Yeah, that's like...
I don't think they do that. Yeah, you're
30s,
right.
40s.
In Philly, you do that and they go, who the fuck you hit? Who the fuck you hitting,
hey,
Doc?
Easy.
Yeah, easy.
That's a brand new ass.
Hey, look at that ass. Don't you fuck with my ass. But no, there are these customs that, thank God, we do evolve, and we need to be evolving.
Yes.
Constantly evolving. But that's the thing is, I want to start like an evolution. We need to evolve. Yeah. And we stopped evolving.
I think over the last...
by not questioning.
The last 4 years, we kind of hit the pause button.
Yeah.
Kind of let everybody filter
take their places at the bar.
Now it's just like, let's hit play and let's evolve again.
Yeah. Well, I do think that now that we're coming out, the comedy... What I'm finding is it's richer right now. I mean, I've had performances, literally the best of my life just happened, a whole life. And that's thousands and thousands of shows. I just had this unbelievable feeling of enlightenment, of lightness, of connection, because we're all in this together. This is the only time in the history of the world that literally the world is connected with one, comedy. They go, men do this, women do that. Well, they don't always. Right. No, this is something we all experience. Yeah. Every single person experienced this. There's no one that did not experience this pandemic. So therefore, we share something finally in common.
Right.
And there's no one that went, that was a great time.
Now, how many shows have you done since?
Not that many.
Not that many.
A handful.
Are they outside shows?
All of them have been. No. Have I done an inside show? I probably have. No, tents and things like that.
Still socially distanced.
Yeah. Now, what's your comedy like these days? What do you do?
It's non-existent.
Did you stop?
I stopped. I
know you're running shows and stuff like that.
I did it for a year and a bit.
Yeah.
And then I had my own comedy.
Wait a minute, you were doing comedy for a year, so you finally got over your shyness.
I got on
which took 40 years.
I did it at 52, at age 52.
Oh, that's when you started doing comedy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty much when I met you.
I went Adam Hunter?
Yes.
Okay, so I went to...
Very funny comic.
I know Russell Peters from Toronto.
No way.
He was doing...
He lives near us.
He was doing Adam's show, yeah.
Yeah.
He was doing Adam's show. Adam does a show every Tuesday. It's back up and running, by the way, at the Dime on Fairfax.
Okay.
Little dive bar. And he has a comedy night every night, and Russell was going to do a spot, and Jason Rouse. Do you know Jason Rouse?
Yeah.
Okay, and he was going to do a spot. So I'll go and see them. Mm-hmm. And then that's how I met Adam. And I told Adam the same story I just told you. And he's like, well, you got to do it.
You got to get
him to do stand-up.
Really?
And I'm like, nah, I'm 52, dude. I can't.
Oh, when I met you, you actually said something. Can you help me out a little bit? You asked me.
I sent you my Caroline's. I opened up for Nikki Paris at Caroline's in New York.
Right.
That was my highlight. I was telling Gordon, that was my highlight of my comedy. My one-year comedy career was opening up for Nikki Paris at Caroline's. And
that's a great venue.
Opening for Adam at the Improv in Irvine.
Yeah. So, and you just stopped?
And you know what? It just, boom, yeah, the flame just went out.
Really?
It just went out.
Well, I'm here to ignite it again.
And I'm still
going to inspire you.
I'm still scratching my head because, I don't know, I've done 40 shows, 45 shows.
Total?
And I never bombed. I never had that night.
That's crazy.
And it just went incredibly well right out of the gate. And,
well, you have like the goods. Look, I've been at this a while, and I kind of have instincts. Yeah, you have the goods. I wouldn't even tell you that.
You saw my Caroline. So.
Yeah, but I'm not even going by that. Right. I'm going by energy. You've got your storyteller, you're experienced in life, you have passion for life. These are the things that if you're going to check some boxes, that most people wouldn't tell you this. These are the qualifications that a comedian needs. Truth teller, none filtered. You're not a big filter guy?
No.
My family laughs at me. They were so happy I was on a podcast. The guy said I had Asperger's. They celebrated because it's a no filter thing. They were going, that's it. That explains him. He has Asperger's. They were so happy.
He's on the spectrum.
You call my family right now. I'm telling you, they say, oh my God. My son, I just went cross country with my son. He graduated college and we drove cross country together.
That's all. That'd be awesome.
It was awesome. It was awesome. Is he out there? Is Justin here? Anyway,
he's 22.
22. Yeah. And I embarrass him all the time.
Oh my God, I live
told
for
him,
that with my kids.
I told him, I said, I had a problem with a guy that works with me, and I said to the guy, I actually said to him, do you have autism? And I said that. See how you laughed? I'm thinking there's nothing to that statement because I said. And I was saying it like not mean. I was trying to figure him out how I could relate to him better because we weren't communicating well. And I was like, do you have autism? Because you didn't hear that, blah, blah, blah. And my son's like, you can't say that. You can't say that. I go, I did. And then everyone I told my wife, she said, you can't say that. I did. And so people think I have a problem with, I say nothing filtered. You have that too.
And I love a good dirty joke. I remember your one feedback was clean up the language and some of the content.
It'll serve you better. It's just basically it's like this. This is what I was probably trying to tell you.
Opens up different clubs and venues for me.
Listen, we've talked about blowing ourselves here on our podcast. So I'm not saying I'm clean, but some people do consider me clean, my act. But here's the thing: you could always go to that when it's used. It has to be used judiciously.
Yeah, and
It has to have a purpose.
You're a master at that because I've seen a lot. I love the Love Master, by the way.
Thank you.
I think he's genius. But I've watched a lot of your stuff, and you just put it in there, and it's so well done.
It's organic,
but it just puts an exclamation mark on it. It's
if you use it,
like
if I use the word fuck, it's got to be in the right place.
I've ever heard you say fuck. I think shit was.
Yeah, I mean, I do it now and then, but it definitely
But it's so well done.
Like I have a bit, but I actually don't do the f.
Right.
Like I do a thing on this years ago. I used to do a thing on gifts that you get for showers, wedding shit. Gifts, and I go, ooh, a bowl. You know how much I wanted a fucking bowl, and I go, fucking, right? Right. Even that though, they'll freak out. People freak out over language, and you should not freak out over language, folks. If you're listening, stop freaking out over we have bigger problems in life. You've been programmed to think that. You've been programmed to a word that means nothing in other languages. It's all the meaning you put to it. You've only been programmed by a parent or society to teach you that is a bad word. It's all about the intention of the word.
My favorite word is see you next Tuesday.
Oh.
That's a great word. It's just
now,
so expressive.
Great example in England.
Oh, they use it left, right, and center.
They use it like I use the word the. I mean, oh, you fucking cunt.
Oh, you cunt, you.
The way they say it, though. Something about the English, they can get away with things.
Yeah.
But
they're charming.
But it goes to show you, it is how you're raised. A fanny, you know what a fanny is? Yep. It's a fanny. It's an ass here.
It's the front, not the back.
Right. In England,
it's the front.
It's a vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, if I say you spank my fanny, over there they're going to slap me. Over here they go, oh, that's so. I'll give you a little top in the rear. But that's the thing is.
But that's where what I told you. My dad exposed me to Gene Tracy.
Yeah.
So motherfucker, shit, piss, cocksucker. You
right.
Well before Carlin.
Right.
I heard it all before Carlin.
Right. Yeah.
And it was a liberal household. It just didn't mean anything. I think, and I try not to do that with my kids. I swear like a truck driver at home. And
you do?
And not a single one of my kids have been sent home or reprimanded for swearing in school. Not a single one of them.
Yeah. I try to watch it. My daughter catches me all the time.
Yeah. No,
now that my son's back, she catches him too. She has a swear jar somewhat.
I let it fly. And then Liam.
By the way, that will teach you. I'm going to give you a little comedy lesson.
Have a swear jar?
Yeah, because you're called out on it because then you realize how many times you do it when that thing's breaking your bank. Where you're going, what?
I got to borrow from the swear jar.
You have to borrow.
I need gas.
By the way, I've done that. I literally stole money from my kids. I was going to say I put it back. No, I didn't. Anyway, I'm going, this was mine anyway.
You had intentions of.
Yes, I did. In my thoughts, I did, but I think I really did take money from them.
The birthday money you got from grandma. I'm just going to take it. I'll put it back. I swear. I need some cash.
No, you can't have it. Well, fuck you. Whoa, there's another $1.
Punch you in the fucking.
But no, if you keep a swear jar, literally, I'm thinking of this for the first time in my advice. It makes you concentrate on coming up with better words. And when you do that, it just makes you more clever, makes you more creative. Then take it. I don't want to call it an easy way out. And like I said, if you're judicious about it, it's not.
Well, that's the one thing.
Every other word.
That's the one thing Adam.
They'll point it out. By the way,
pointed out to me.
Audiences will point it out too.
Yeah, but that's one thing that Adam pointed out to me was like, listen, use a swear word to accent a joke, don't make it the joke.
Exactly. But there are a lot that do.
Yeah,
there are a lot that do, and it's just I think it's a little lazy.
Yeah, it is lazy.
It's a little lazy, and I really work hard on trying to find the right word. But once in a while, because it's the way I talk, I have another bit where I go, do you ever coach your kids? Have you done that yet?
I can't. I can't. It's the weirdest thing. Has this happened to you?
What?
Well, just trying to coach your kids to do anything, like
I'm talking about Little League.
But Little League, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't do it?
I would probably have more success coaching my kid on a full team than coaching them to do something individually.
No, I mean on a full team.
No, I have not done that.
You haven't done it yet?
No.
Have they done sports? Your kids?
None of them are into sports except my little guy, Bo. He's into golf and hockey. 4. He's my last shot at a hockey player and a golfer.
Your last shot.
Yeah, and I mean Liam and Stella. They were great at MMA. We lived out here in Westlake. I took them to Boz Rutan's place. They loved it. Quit. Got them into jiu-jitsu with Jean-Jacques Machado.
God.
They were so good at it, quit.
And
Got
they
them into
quit.
hockey, and they quit. Because it's so funny. It's this generation. They want to be good at something right away. They don't want to put in the work. They're like, well, hockey practice, it's the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's how you learn.
My kid's starting to not be into sports. It's very upsetting.
It's very
One
upsetting.
of them who's really into sports. And now I actually made a boundary. I said, no, you are, especially after this pandemic. Oh, no, you're joining a team. Right. You pick one of these sports, flat out. I'm not going to do it's okay. He's not feeling it. No, I am forcing
him start and finish.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was all about that. Start and finish. Like, okay, listen, you want to quit hockey, you just have to finish.
And by the way, he'll be fine once he gets in.
Totally.
They have fear,
but
whatever it is.
We weren't on the same page, Tori and I. Like, if they don't like it, then don't make them do it. I said, I'm not making them do it. I'm teaching them a life lesson.
No, I'm making them do it. This is one time I am. Fuck it. Because if he gets his way, that's why they don't eat right, because you got to have some sort of force. So I have a bit in my act about, oh my God, I can never remember my own shit, but there's no outs and no runs in Little League. Did you know this? They don't want to hurt the kids' feelings.
I hate that shit. Trophy for everybody. Yeah, I hate that shit.
Yeah, but this is beyond. No outs.
That's
first 2 years, no outs. They don't want to challenge the kid, so they just run around. Last guy who bats hits a home run, right? Automatic, all right? They could hit literally an inch in front of them. Oh, and you applaud them. I go out of my mind. So I have this. So I go. So then I go. He's out, right? 7 helicopter mothers surround me like Zero Dark 30 on the Bin Laden compound. Surround me. No, he's not out.
Get a headshot.
Read the rules, coach. Apologize. You made Geoff cry. So I'm going. I'm sorry, Geoff. I'm sorry. I'm making amends to Geoff in front of everybody. I'm sorry, Geoff. And that's where I curse. I go, you're fucking out. You're up by a fucking mile. That's the one time I do curse my life. But I tried to do the bit.
Jeff with a G, right? Geoff.
Yeah, well, then I do it. And tell your parents your name is Jeff. That's the punchline. Your name is Jeff. I'm not going to call you Geoff. Anyway, it's a whole bit I do. But in the bit, I can't do it without saying, fuck, it's not as funny.
It's not as funny.
You're fucking out, under my breath.
Yeah, because it's a little kid.
Exactly. So I've tried, you're friggin' out. No. Here's the problem with friggin' is people who, you try to be authentic in comedy. I'm giving you coaching here.
Oh, hey, I'll take it, please.
You try to be authentic in comedy. And if people hear you go friggin' and they know you would never say that except for you're caring about them.
Yeah.
You're not being real.
Yeah.
You're adjusting to them and their supposed standards that they have.
Yeah.
So you go friggin', heck.
Yeah.
It means hell.
I'd
it's
rather
hell.
hear a
shoot. It's shit.
Of a friggin'.
Okay. You say the word. We all know what the fake word is, which makes it even more silly because it has the same intent.
Yeah.
You're cursing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what my intention is to say.
Yeah. I bought another vowel. Shoot. The fuck. So
it's so funny you just said buy another vowel. Tori is doing Celebrity Wheel of Fortune right now.
She is not.
Yes.
No way.
I totally forgot that. Yeah.
She must get a lot of these, celebrity this, celebrity that calls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does she get a lot of those?
Yeah.
And well, obviously she's a Masked Singer.
It's a lot. It's a lot
Our
of fun.
family's favorite show.
It's a lot of fun.
Do you watch the show still?
I love that show.
Me too.
I love that show.
I watch with my kids.
It's so good. I haven't watched the Masked Dancer.
No.
I
did 1 minute.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of it. I just love the Masked Singer.
I could not take the Masked Dancer.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense. It was literally, talk about not organic. It's so Hollywood.
Are the costumes
let's copy ourselves.
'Cause it'd be hard to dance in some
Exactly.
of those costumes.
It's just,
I'm thinking of the unicorn. There's no way she could have danced.
Right. Well, some can, some can't. It just doesn't make any sense. That is such a typical Hollywood move.
Right.
This show also gives people the inside because they listen from Iowa or whatever. Right. The inside on Hollywood, it's so phony. Part of the phony is they just copy something that's a hit.
Yeah,
and they
just churn it out and they just
turn it, and it turns into shit. Yeah. And then they'll take something good, and then they have to have all. This year, Masked Singer was not as good. They had Cock-a-Doodle Clue. I don't know if you saw that thing. Then they had
what's Cock-a-Doodle Clue?
Right. The first time, like when Tori was on, it was just natural. It's like try to guess, And here you go. They reveal it, take it all that stuff. That was good stuff. Now they have to add cockadoodle clue. He comes out and gives you more clues.
Okay.
Then, hey, guys in ties or whatever, come on out, give another clue. Oh, here's a clue coming in from a parachute. Oh, here. Oh, this week is the host is Nick Cannon is behind the mask. Right. I mean, they went so sticky this year.
You've seen the original, right? I think it was Japanese.
No.
Yeah. And Ryan Reynolds, he was promoting, I forget what movie he was promoting, but it was huge in Japan.
Yeah.
And he came out and he sang, I think, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds. But like the costumes were like, you remember the costumes we got when you were a kid? You know, the Spider-Man mask with the rubber band around the back that
with the
broke,
staple.
and the tie-up.
Always broke.
And it always cuts your head, the staple. It was a costume like that.
Yeah, a lot of Caspers out there.
And the audience was going crazy, and they had no idea who it was, and they couldn't guess, and he took it off, and it was Ryan Reynolds, and they just
simple ass mask stuff.
Crazy. Yeah, but
that's where this thing was spawned.
It looked like it was lit with a 60-watt bulb, like it was just at the base level. It was
really,
like Masked Singer, like we're just covering up your face and your body, basically. But
that's where the show came from.
That's where it came from, and I love the costumes. Like they're so great.
Oh yeah,
the costume designer on that show is
By the
amazing.
way, I need a little inside poop on this, and then we got our times in way up.
Okay.
My God, man, you get together with another Scorpio.
Jesus, it's Thursday.
And it's Wednesday, by the way, folks. Anyway, Masked Singer.
Yes.
Did you know that she was doing it?
I did.
You did?
I did.
She had to tell you where I'm going. Otherwise, you're thinking,
well, yeah, she's
she
having an
fucking
affair.
a guy in feathers?
She's dating some fucking giant chicken. I don't know what's going on.
What are these fucking feathers I'm finding? I found a horn. She had to tell you from the beginning, right?
Well,
how did that work?
We always weigh in.
For those of you who don't know what the show is, it's celebrities. They're in these gigantic, elaborate masks. There's celebrity
costumes, like
gigantic costumes, like huge.
Yeah,
like half the room is filled.
She could barely see. Like they'd have to walk her out to her mark, and there was just enough room underneath to put the mic so that you can actually sing.
And it's then
the
mic's inside of this big costume.
They needed to incorporate a little more movement too. So after the first show, they're like, okay, we got to start putting in dance moves because by then they edited the first show together, and it's like, okay, we need a little more movement.
Sure, and they've got a lot of dancers and amazing choreography.
And it's just incredible.
They really put on an unbelievable show.
Do.
It's got to cost millions.
It's really entertaining. Even somebody who's not great at singing, you're still entertained because you're doing this in this huge
You're trying to guess who they are. Yeah. So that's what the show is.
So we weigh
but
in
it's
on
very secretive. Like most people do not know. Even when they're revealed, they'll say, I did this for my kids. Yeah. And their kids are seeing it for the first time.
Yeah.
Did your kids know?
Our kids knew.
They did?
Our kids knew. We're so open with our kids. And because there's so many of them, there's not enough room in the house to go and have a private conversation.
You have 5, and what ages are they?
5, 4, 8, 9, soon to be 13 and 14.
Okay.
And they're all under one roof. So there's no private conversations anymore. I mean,
so there's no way she's going to get this secret.
I haven't taken a dump without like somebody knocking on the door, little fingers under. Dad, are you in there? Like, leave me alone.
Right. Not a lot of alone time.
No. So, and Tori and I run everything past each other, what we're doing career wise. And she was like, "Should I do this?" And she had a big fear of singing.
Now, was that season 1?
That was the first season. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's really that's taking a risk because you don't know if it's going to be a hit. You make a fool of yourself. You don't really know what the show is.
You don't know what
now
it is.
You know.
Now you know. Yeah. So it's easy. And she was told at an early age that she was tone deaf and couldn't sing.
Oh, jeez.
So she's had this fear of singing.
She was good on the show.
She was great. Yeah. And if you see the movie Trick, she sings in Trick. She plays an actress in this movie Trick. I suggest you guys see it. It's a really good movie. And so she was like, I can't sing. And I'm like, no, you can sing. You can sing. You're not tone deaf, and they're going to train you. So I went with her to rehearsals. So I had to wear a welder's mask.
They would have known. Right.
And a cloak.
They would have seen, that's the husband.
And then, so they would go, and then, they would pick us up in a car service, and they would drive us to the studio where they were rehearsing. And again, I'm all blacked out. She's all blacked out.
In the back of the car, you are also?
Yeah, we got to put it on in the car.
You put the shit on in the car.
The PAs and the ADs that are helping organize it, they don't know who's who.
Wow.
Yeah. And then only
the driver knows.
Second show. Yeah.
Right.
Because they're picking us up and they know their address and stuff like that. So the second show rolls around and it's time to do rehearsals, and they have these black cloaks now that say, "Do not speak to me."
That's right. I've seen that.
Because you could recognize someone's voice. So they did a really good job. And
like real secretive, like CIA shit.
Yeah, really, really.
Did they have the costume in the car and like the guy hands it to you when you get in the back of the car?
No,
they're blackened windows?
She would, again, I couldn't go to the tapings in case anybody, they would sequester me backstage, but I couldn't, her manager went.
Yeah.
But he was like sequestered in an area, like all by himself. Like nobody's allowed to.
This is not getting out.
Really,
that's
so
great.
They would take her all blacked out and cloaked out to the CBS studios, in the back door into her dressing room, and then be let out as the unicorn. So nobody knew who anybody was. But I kind of find it hard though that Jenny didn't know Donnie was on.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah,
yeah.
So. Because
her own husband was
but it's like he
was cockadoodle clue, goofball.
I can get it.
You asked me what it was. That's what he was.
That's what he was.
He was cockadoodle clue.
I watched it after the fact. I watched the unveiling
when he took it off. So, and she's oh my god.
I can kind of understand.
She guesses him all the time. By the way, that's the funny thing.
Host, like she's there all the time.
But she guesses him other people. But she didn't guess the one who was really. Yeah, it is hard to believe. Hard to believe that also. They know everyone. That's the part. I can never be a judge. They know. I've never even heard of half the people that they're guessing.
I didn't know it was Joey Fatone.
Yeah.
Remember the rabbit?
Yeah, but I know it. But at least you know who he is.
I thought it was. Is it Joey McIntyre? I thought it was Joey McIntyre. I didn't know it was Joey Fatone.
Who did I think that was?
I didn't know Joey could dance like that.
Oh, yeah, he was good.
The rabbit was great.
Yes, Donny Osmond was great.
Donnie was great. Yeah,
there's been a lot of great ones. Wayne Brady was wonderful.
Wayne's amazing.
He's just such a mega talent.
I still to this day I watch Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I want to be on The Masked Singer, but I'm not famous.
I want to be on The Masked. They asked me.
I want to be famous just to be on.
I went to the original meetings and everything.
Yeah,
because Tori was really insecure about this, and we stand by each other. So I went to the very first meeting. I saw all the costumes.
Wow.
Laid out. And she got the pick.
She picked the unicorn.
Yeah. There were all the costumes laid out. We were at the Four Seasons, and all the costumes were laid out on the king size beds. We met with the producers and everybody, director and the sound coordinator and director, and I lost my train of thought.
Yeah. Oh, you mean just now?
Oh, right. Okay. You want to be on the show? So they asked me, like, do you sing? I'm like, yeah, I can impersonate people. And they're like, who do you like to impersonate? I'm like, Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. And they're like, oh, man, we'd love to hear you as Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
Would you do the show? I'm like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I thought I had a shot at second season. But once it was a hit, they're like, Dean who?
Oh, wow. That's when you want to be more famous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you one more question. We got to go. Oh, my God.
How long have we
Actually, I have to tell you that he did write. First, he wrote the lead singer of Styx on there. But now the next thing he wrote, can go over on time, good groove and funny. I've never seen that before, so you're killing it.
Hey.
There's your one-person feedback.
Have me back.
He's probably not even here, by the way. He probably left a long time ago.
He's gone.
He just
He's
let
at
us
home.
Yeah, our producer coordinates it. By the way, he gave you one of his Ethan Cole candles. These things are amazing.
That's what we're smelling
We've been here
right
so
now.
long. I'll bet it's not even burning. Is it still burning?
It's still burning.
The wood wick?
It smells
with
really
the finest
nice.
wax in the land, coconut wax. Yes, this is...
jasmine and blackcurrant.
Yes.
And I'm hoping I burn this and I become the love master tonight.
Oh, yeah, baby. Try it on Tori.
I will.
She gets back from Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune.
So one other question I have
Yes,
that
sir.
a lot of people would be curious about is the whole spelling thing.
Yes.
You literally married like Hollywood royalty, known as one of the wealthiest people in the history of Hollywood, right? Wouldn't you say? Didn't he have like a bowling alley or some shit up on the hill?
64,000 square foot house.
Jeez.
I was in it 3 times.
No.
Yeah.
Now, why is that?
Just
The trouble with the wife. Is that what I'm feeling? Or you're not allowed to talk about that? All right. Anyway, I'm going to assume. So
you're a smart guy.
so he has, now this is not her mom? Is that correct?
It is.
Oh, that's her
Biological
mom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's her biological mom?
Yep. Yeah.
So she now
Tori
has the
and
fortune.
Randy. Yes.
The mom has the fortune.
Correct.
So she has the purse strings, basically, on where this money's going to go.
Correct.
And how many siblings does Tori have?
She has a younger brother, Randy.
Oh, the one who's in Seattle,
who's the
very conscious guy.
grooviest cat in the world, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what most people would have the illusion that you have all this, you and Tori have all this money.
Oh, yeah.
Not the case.
Not the case.
Okay.
Not the case. No.
Which is why you joined Calabasas, not Sherwood Country Club, and it took you a year and a half.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep.
Oh,
Sherwood
God.
Country Club. That's a beautiful course.
It is. That's one of my favorites.
God,
Yeah.
I've never played it. I've
yeah.
just seen it from afar.
My fame days, I could join there, but I'm done.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
well, this was a real pleasure having you here. The
pleasure is mine, my friend.
Well, we're going to have fun on the golf course now.
Yes, I'm really excited.
More stories to tell.
Yeah.
It really is a great place to get out. Hopefully, Tori will encourage you to get out. You got to get.
You know what?
We got to do our own thing sometimes.
I got the best wife in the world.
That's awesome. Me too.
She'll when I get a little crazy, she's like, "You need to go play hockey or golf." I get the fuck out. Yeah.
Now you got golf right down the street, right?
Right down the street,
What are you,
man.
about 7 minutes away?
2.8 miles.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
great. So we have a driving range there and all this.
Yeah, I can't
you know,
wait. And
you
my
know what I
little
hate about
guy-
this segment? Now I sound pretentious. Even using the word country club. You and I both grew up poor.
Are you kidding?
We shouldn't be saying these words country club.
No. The reason why I told you, like, I joined yesterday and I've got the biggest smile on my face. I've never belonged
Yeah.
to a club.
I
let
remember
alone-
my first day, same
something
thing.
I've
Yeah.
always wanted to be a part of because I love the game of golf.
Yeah.
And my little guy, Bo, loves golf. So we can go there together.
Yes,
But
and
to be a member at,
Let me tell you another
and
fun
listen,
thing.
people, it's not expensive by any stretch of the imagination. It's not.
Isn't it free?
It's free
to join, right?
For anyone named McDermott and Shoemaker. No, it really. I don't want to say what it is. It's a monthly fee, and it's really
It's a monthly fee, yes. And
there's no, so people will be like, oh yeah, you're just talking
I
about
know.
the purse strings and how you don't have money, and you make your own money. You don't get it from candy, and it's like, no, really, like it's
No. But it isn't expensive. But it is nice to two poor kids. I grew up poor, and you have dreams like that. As a matter of fact, the first time I was in a country club, I faked my way onto the golf team. The guy says, "Go tell me shoot in the 80s." I had never even been on a course. I had no idea what that even meant. Because all I knew is I could put it up the dinosaur mouth at the miniature golf,
Right.
and I would hit the cart going by on the driving range.
Right, yep.
That's how I played. I go, I can hit that cart, boom.
Yeah.
And it was so embarrassing. I played with rich kids, and they said, "Wear your spikes," and I wore baseball spikes, and they would not let me on the green until they were finished. I was so shamed and so ashamed. And I had wooden clubs from my grandfather. Wooden.
Persimmon Woods?
No,
Or
not only wood.
shaft?
Wood shaft.
Oh, wow.
A niblick. It was called a niblick.
Yep.
It was from my grandfather. I stole it out of his garage. And I showed up with these clubs, and I rolled my pants up, my plaid pants, to make them look like knickers, like
right.
Payne Stewart kind of thing.
Yep.
And I show up, and the spikes, because that's what they told me, and they humiliated me, these rich kids.
Yeah.
And I scored like hundreds.
Hundreds.
It was horrible.
210.
It was really bad. And that was my introduction to a country club. I never went by one since.
My
and now
introduction.
it's nice to belong to one.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice. It's like a bucket list kind of thing. My first experience with a country club was in Toronto. I was 11, and my brother-in-law at the time was a big golfer, and his boss was a member at the National, and they had a PGA Tour stop at the National Golf Course in Toronto, Ontario. And so my dad organized all the parking out in these farmers' fields, and we helped him with that. And then our job after that was me and my 3 friends would pick up all the garbage around the greens once people had left and gone on to the tee box to watch the next player. And that was it. I'd pick up garbage, but I saw and met Lee Trevino.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and that was really cool.
It's a hell of a debut.
Yeah.
One of the most famous golfers ever.
Yeah, that was really cool. And
I've golfed with Lopez, by the way. He taught Lopez. How wrong is that?
no, He taught George how to play?
How to play golf, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Like, George, you got a good short game. Oh, Lee.
Lee, yeah.
Lee. My buddy Lee. So that's famous.
That's
George
famous.
Lopez, where you could get people like that. Anyway, bro, it was great hanging with you.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Remember, everybody, I want you to please spread the word. These things are fun. These podcasts are fun. They're conversational. They're communicative. They're community. It's about you, but connecting with us. Put it in your earphones, your headphones, your earbuds, your pods, whatever you call them. Just put us in there. And it gives you something different than what's out there. We're bombarded by negative images and negative thoughts and feelings and emotions that are put out there. This gives you an alternative. So use the alternative and actually tell people about it. Just say, yeah, I had a good time for an hour. It's probably lasted longer than that, but still, I had a good time. I listened to Dean and Craig and having a conversation, which we need more of.
Yep.
And I really want to encourage you to help us out. It doesn't cost you anything. These downloads are free. This is free entertainment. It's free inspiration. That's what I'm hoping for. Inspiration along with entertainment, okay? So please download us, subscribe, link, the likes, loves, emojis, bicep emoji, whatever. Okay, just do it. Just
eggplant in the water.
I don't think eggplant's good.
No, you've seen that one, right?
I think that's a dick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in the water splashes.
Okay, yeah. Give us one of those.
Give us one of those. Yeah, and be a curious. Be a curious.
Be a curious. That is the theme of the day. We are starting a curious party. Be curious about life, and take laughter seriously. And remember, enlighten the fuck up. See you next time.